DIY, we need of course our tumbling tile blocks, some paint at your choice, some wood glue, some glue from your glue gun, some wax, of course some pencil, scissor, a little cutter for our greenery, and you can choose some greenery later for your at your own choice, because everyone has his own choice in greenery and flowers. What we're going to make, we made earlier, we made already a bench. And of course, but now we are going to make a planter bench. You can buy them at the Etsy shop and they are $65. So I think that's a little bit too much, and you can make a nice cute one for yourself. And they made it from wood, and I'm going to make it of course from our tumbling tile blocks. I really have no idea how it turned out, and of course we give our own unique twist on it. So don't worry, we are going to make it a very special one. For the bench, we are going to start with the back side of the bench. We are going to do it very easy. We're just going to build it up with blocks. We are going to do some glue on this side. And on this side, we do it with 3 blocks. And this. And another one. And we're going to take this way. We're going to lay them down. We're going to take some block and we're going to place it on the back side. So we're going to do it over here, and we're going to do it over here like this. And now we're going to get some and squeeze it, press it down, and this one the same, and make sure that you have them straight in the straight line, and also this one in a straight line. We're going to do another one, but we're doing some glue on this side, and we're going to place them also against each other. And we're going to do it this way, and again place it to each other, and on this one a small line, and again on top of each other, and again make a nice straight line, and squeeze it and squeeze it and squeeze it this way. And we are going to make 9 of this one, so we need still 6 of this one. We're going to do it a little faster. See, we have our 9 pieces, but we don't need 9 for the legs, we need 8. So I am going to lay one apart because we are going to use this in a moment. So we have 4 of this one, and we are going to place them together. And first, before to make it easy, we're going to glue it this way. So very simple, just do some glue on the shape like this, and we're going to do it on this one, on this, and the last one, and this way. And make sure that you have enough, because we don't want our legs to fall down. And again, roll them together like a nice string this way. And we're going to do over this one the same, and we're going to do this one and the last. Very easy, and just roll them together again this way, and again squeeze it. And we're going to let this dry also, and the dry time is most of the time 1.5 hours at least, and then we can work a little bit further. Now we have the legs which are drying right now, from the back side at least. We are going to do the middle piece of the back side, and we already have 1 block because we already made one. So very easy, we're going to make another one. And we're going to do some glue on this side and on this side, and a little bit more. We're going to place 2 blocks against each other this way, and we are going to make a square line and squeeze it again. And I have, every time I have an old kitchen towel with me, and I'm going to make sure that my space is always clean for working, because or else you are gluing yourself to your placemat. And that's not the greatest thing, to glue yourself on the placemat. So I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to do the other one. So then I have the 3 opposites, and this is a 1, and I make it out of my head. So I have really no idea what I'm doing sometimes. So bear with me if it is sometimes a little confusing, and if you want to know how I did one step, just let me know in the comments down below. I am so happy to answer your questions. And again, this way, make sure you have a straight line like this. I'm going to get it up, clean it a little, and clean my space again. And now we have 3 pieces on top. I'm going to do some glue. I know it's a little early, so be careful if you are going to glue it. And I'm going to do this one. Then I have at least the top of our bench is on each other this way. And again, and if you want to press it, do it in the underblocks this way. Give it some pressure and make sure that you have a nice straight line over here, and make your surface clean again. What we're going to do now, we're going to take a loose blocks and we're going to do some glue on this side and on the other side again. Very simple. Lay it down and lay it on top of the other one. So very easy. Some glue on this side, and lay it down again on this here. And we're going to do with this one the same. And if you want to make very certain, you also can do some glue on a little of the top side, but you don't have to do it. And this way, squeeze it, press it down, and make sure that everything sticks together this way. Now we get a block like this, and we're going to do only some glue on one line. But this line, we are not going to glue against this. We are going to place it this way. And again, over here, squeeze it. And we're going to do the same over here. Just one line over here. And we're not going to place it this way. We are going to do it this way, because on this side is already glue. And we're going to do the same. A little here and here. And we're going to make sure I have it already wrong. You see already, I don't want to glue it on the underside, only on the little over here. And we are going to turn it over and glue it like this. I know sometimes it's a little confusing. Just watch it a second time and maybe then it's a little bit more easier to understand. So this way, and I'm going to squeeze it and move forward. Again, we take a block again like this, and we only going to do again on this side some glue, and we're going to place it over here. This is one. We're going to do again one glue on this side, turn it over and glue it over here. And for this one the same, and we do it on the front side, not on this side, because we have a block which is coming on top of here, and it will be this one because we need to close it up, and we have some glue already on it. And this way, and we're going to do this one and the last one. And now we have a nice little package. We just need to work a little bit like this, and we're going to let it dry. And then we already have the top of the back side of our bench. Now we are going to go further, because we also need from the back side a piece of the planter container, which will be for plants or flowers, what you can do in it. And it is in decorative way, so you can place it on a tray or maybe somewhere else outdoor, but you also can use it indoor. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we take 9 blocks, and we do very easy. We are going to make some small lines again on 8 of them. And this is 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and number 6, 7, and the last, of course, number 8. And then we're going to row them together again, and this way, and this, and this, And the last two, we are going to give it a little squeeze, and we're going to make a straight line, and then we're going to squeeze it again like this. And you see already the glue is coming out, and you take your old towel and you just go over it and wipe away the parts you don't need, at least what is coming out, not the parts at least the pieces of the glue which is coming out. And again, squeeze it and make a nice straight line, and then we're going to let it dry like this. And I'm going to make now 2 pieces of 3. So this is 1, and this is also 3. And again, we are making 2 lines, 1 on this one and 1 on this one, and 2 lines on this one of 3. And again, this one, we are going to roll them together. I don't know if that's the right word, roll them together. At least you may that you place them all together in one line, just like you do with your beads when you are making a necklace. Just roll them together. I hope I say the right word, maybe, or else I'm doing already lots of DIYs. But I think you really know what I mean. So move away the glue, and again keep it in place and get it up and turn it over and let this dry again, and wipe away, clean your space so nothing glues together, because the glue is giving a lot of stains. And I'm going to paint this bench, but if you're not going to paint and you want to stain it, then you have to sand it first with little sanding paper. Now I'm going to get pieces of, here is 9, and now we're going to go for 8, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And again, we're going to do 7 blocks with some glue, and then we already almost have our container which we use for our planting. And this one, and this, and the last 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 and 8. A nice row, squeeze it and make it straight again, and wipe away the glue this way, and squeeze it again and press it down, that you get a nice straight line, and that will make your work much better to glue together later. And now we are going to let this dry. Now our pieces are almost dried in. So this is the 9, this is the 8, and these are the 2 or 3. What we're going to do, we're going to place this on the side. We are going to do very thin layer of some glue like this. And you see already I have one with a marker, but he will be inside and painted, so you won't see it. And now you don't throw away those blocks. So I am really happy that I can use it for this. I'm going to place it on top of here and this way. And first I'm going to place this one, of course, on one side. So I'm doing some glue on this side and on the other side. So on this side and on this side. So this is for this side over here, and the other side is of course for on this block. So I'm going to place it over here, and I'm going to do it over here, and then I'm going to do with this side the same. I have to think a little. I'm going to do it on the other side, of course, and I'm going to do it on one of these sides, maybe a little more. And I'm going to see, I did one on this side and I did on the other side, and I'm going to place it, of course, also over here. I'm going to squeeze a little because we must have a straight line over here, and this will be in a straight line over here. And you can still work with it. That's the greatest about wood glue, because you still can remove it, and this way. And I'm going to let this dry. In the meantime, while this piece of the container is drying, we need of course also the front, but we are going to make assemblers like we did with the other one. So what we're going to do, we are going to go for, again, very easily, one block on this side and on this side, and we're going to do 3 of them, this side and this side, and the middle of this one, this side and this side. We are still going okay, so I'm just going with the flow and we see what it will bring. And this is already 1, and we are going to do again this one and squeeze it and make a nice straight line and squeeze it again just like we did earlier. And with this one also the same, again squeeze it and press, and this, and we're also going to do this one and make a straight line this way. We are going to get it upside down, up on the side, do some glue, and on this side we are going to do the same. And you see already he still wants to get out because he's still not dried up, of course. We are laying it down, we can roll them together again, the same like we did with the other one, squeeze them and make a nice straight line. And what we're going to do, we're going to again block. We are going to do again some glue on this side and on this side. My glue is running as fast as he can because it's warm here in the Netherlands. So the glue is also have it very hot. So he's also all over the place. That's why I have my my towel and of course some water so I can cool it off. And this we are going to lay it over here, and we're going to place 3 blocks against here, and this, and the same over here. Again, make a nice straight line, press it, and make sure that you have it straight. So, and then we're going to let this dry also. So, and our front of our container is already dried in, not totally dry, but I'm going to glue him already on here. So we're going to do some glue on here, over here, and again on this side, and make sure that you have enough glue that it stays in place because it's very heavy so it doesn't fall off. And again squeeze and make sure that you have the back side totally flat like this, but you also can go a little bit lower, but that you do the flatness over here like this, and then you have the bench a little bit lower on this side. That's a choice you can make. I am going to go for, I think, for a little bit higher, so like this, and I'm going to have that the planter has a nice corner around it, not a corner, just a little piece up. So I'm going to let this dry for at least 1.5 hours again. So I just also wanted to show you how it's looking like on the side. So I chose a little overlow on this side, but you also can do it on the other side. So then you have on the underside of your bench where you normally sit on, having a little piece coming over, but I like a little bit piece on this side because this is a planter and we are going to do some plants over here, but make your own choice. Of course, the front side of our bench also needs his feet, so we are going to make 3 rows of blocks. So 3 from this ones, like this again. And later I think we need to cut out or saw out a little piece, but we will see that later. But I need more than 2, so I need 3, and then we're going to see what we need to saw out. So very easy again. For one leg we need 3 of this one, and again on this side, and this is 1. We are going to do for this side and on this side. But if you have something else in your head for making your own planter bench, go ahead. You are free to do your own inspiration, because I always say inspiration is always the greater things. My head is always running over. So I'm going to place this together again this way. And we're going to do in a straight line. And this will also squeeze and make a straight line again. And I squeeze it under. I squeeze it over here. And over here, of course, I have to be sure that everything stays in place. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to get one up and I'm going to do the sides again very quickly because we don't want to fall it apart. And again, and this side. And now we're going to place all three of them together again, just like we did with the front. And again, squeeze it and make a nice straight line, work a little bit with it so it gets a nice flow. And then we're going to let this dry. I will do the second leg. Now we're going to go and glue already the back side together. We're going to take our two legs. It's are the pieces which are with 4. You see, this one we made with 4 pieces. We have 2 of them. And we have this middle back space of the bench. And we're going to do it in between. So what we're going to do, it's very easy. We're just going to glue the side of this middle piece. And I have to be sure that everything is correctly. And we have to do this way and this way. And we're going to do for the other side the same. Of course, some glue can fall off, but it doesn't matter. I have my placemat under it, so I'm going to lay this over here before I'm going to press everything down. This one also needs to be in between. So I'm going to glue. I have to look where I need to glue. Of course, I need the top over here. And I need a little piece up and a little piece up over here. And now I need the side, but first I'm going to glue this together. So make it together this way. We're going to press it down and make a nice straight line this way. And we are going to do some glue on this side, on the underside, over here. Just some glue over here. And on this side, of course, some glue. It looks now like a big mess. And if you look at this way, it is a big mess. But everything will be okay. Don't worry. And we are going to glue this one also together. And on the top, we also need a straight line. Now we're going to press everything together and this way. And we're going to let this dry. In the meantime, while our back side and of course the legs are drying for the front side and our container is drying, so he's almost finished. We only need some arm rest. I'm not really sure, but I hope I am in the direction of saying it right. At least where you can lay your arm. Here in the Netherlands we say armleuning. So in the Dutch it's a little bit different. Armleuning. So we are going to do very easy. We are just going to make one block for each side. So a little glue and a little glue over here. And we are going to again place it against it, and we, as far as I can see, we need only one, but bear with me if we later still need another one. I'm just counting out of my head. I really have no idea what I'm doing. So this is one, and I'm going to make a second one, and this is one, and the other one. And now I'm going to place them also together and let this to dry also, and then we can almost build it together. You see, we have our back side and we have it flat on our table. What we're going to do, we have of course our 2 legs and they are a little bit too long, and we have our arm rest. So I'm going to place them where I want to have them. I want to have them a little over here, I think. And I'm going to measure out, I'm going to lay my leg over here, and I'm going to place it over here, and then I'm going to get my marker, and I'm going to mark my lines, one over here, and on the back side. And then I'm going to get it off, and I will show it to you this way. I have here the markers of my little armrest. You see, he's fitting over here. Now I'm going to get my leg. I'm going to go forward, and I'm going to place it on the top of the little line above. There's not this line, but this line. I'm going to place it over here, and then I'm going to go on the sideways, and on the end of the underleg I'm going to make a little marker over here and on the top, so I'm sure that I have the straight line. So then I can saw my jigsaw, I can saw my piece out. You see here I have little marks over here, one here and one here, and I'm going to make a line over here, and I'm going to saw this one out. So this is the piece which has to come off, but before I'm going to do it, I'm going to lay the second one beside it, and I'm going to measure out also this one, so I can both of them to do in one piece. So you see, I did saw out a little piece of the block. It's not totally the half, but almost the half of the block. And I'm going to get my glue, and I'm going to glue this one on top of here, so you get this side. So I'm going to lay him down this way, and I'm going to get some glue, and I'm going to do this one a nice rounding like this with some glue. I'm going to lay it on the side, and I'm going to lay this one on top of here and make a nice straight line. And I'm going to do with this one the same. Also some glue on this side over here, and I'm going to lay it on the side again, and we're going to do here the same like this. Now our legs are a little bit dried in, at least the front legs. What I'm going to do, because I want to glue them already to give them a nice sturdy underground, I hope I can do some glue. So I'm going to turn it over, and this is what you get. So this is the piece you need to have. Two full block, here and half block, and here is the one block. So this is, if you have just a shape like an L, then you have the right shape. Of course, I'm going to place it over here, and I'm going to glue it, and I do some little blocks under it on here, so it gets a nice support for gluing. So I'm going to do some glue on this side and in this way and over here, and I'm going to turn it upside down, do it on the line I draw out, and I'm going to place it, and I'm going to get my block over here and make sure that he has support that he needs to lay it down, and this way. And now I'm going to try that everything stays together like this, but we will see if it will succeed. At least I'm going to do the other side, and then we're going to let it dry for 1.5 hours. So my bench is dried up, but I wanted to show you now how he's turned out. You see here, I have here my armrest, and I'm going to did let these pieces. I thought maybe it is very fun to have it inside, and they glue together. I think there was some glue on top of it, so I placed them inside as just as yeah, to hold it together. But I am really loving it. So I also have it on this side, so it's very easy. You can place them inside before you glue your armrest on it. Just place also a little glue on this too, on the same height, and then use it as the armrest over it. And then you have also a nice in-between piece for your bench. So I'm really happy how our bench planter bench, just how you call it, turned out. So I'm going to get my paint, and I'm going to paint this one in the white color. So you can choose any color you like. So of course you can leave the inside in the blank color, but I am always doing everything. So I'm going to start in the inside of our bench. So I'm very sure that everything is very nice painted. So I will do that but a little bit faster. And here you see how my benches turned out. Of course, I did one coat and I let the distressing a little bit come through, the wood color, because I like that. But if you want to have it totally in the white, just go over it again and paint it again. And maybe you have another color. I'm very curious what you made of it, but I always ask you, if you want to show us a picture of your DIYs, please send them to us to our Gmail. Of course, you find it in our description box. I would love to see it. I let this dry right now and I'm going to make a little tag for on top of here. So I take a very simple 2 wooden planks, and of course you can use also 4 pieces of your tumbling tile blocks. It doesn't matter, and if you have the smaller tumbling tile blocks, it's also fine. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make a straight thin line over here, and I'm going to glue them this way together, squeeze it and press it down like this. And now you get a nice little tag which we can glue on top of our bench. But I'm going to go to my computer and I'm going to make a little tag for it, a little print. So of course you will find the 2 printables also in the free printable, so a lot of prints. So I'm going to make them for you. And here are our 2 signs. Of course, I know you see them backwards, but don't worry, that's just my telephone. I did one welcome to our home and one fall is arrived. So I do one on one side and maybe you could do the other on the other side, so you can change them up. So I'm going to cut them out and then we're going to Mod Podge it on top of here. So I did cut them out and I'm going to get my brush. You call it a brush, but here in the Netherlands we call it a kwast. So it's also much different than you use it. You use a brush and we use a kwast. So you also learn again a little Dutch. I hope you enjoy the Dutch words in between. So you also can pick up a little of another language. And I'm just going to do some Mod Podge on the full tag. And I'm going to do first welcome to our home on one side. Of course I have to work a little bit with it this way, and you see this is already one, and I'm going to do the other on the other side. But of course I let this dry first because or else everything will stick together. I placed you a little bit closer to me. I know it is close, but now you can see very easily in the bench. Of course, what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep it simple. You can do anything you like and you can decorate anything you want. First, I'm going to give it some base with this kind of greenery. It's just a garland I rip always in pieces and I can use them for any purpose. So I have one longer, so I'm going to do a piece inside to give it also some filling. And I'm going to let fall over a little piece, not too much. And I'm going to do on this side the same. And always work a little bit with it, just what you do with a Christmas garland. You also need to fluff it. So we are going to do also with other piece of garland. And we're going to let this fall down a little. And we're going to place the rest inside just as a filling, so your other branches stick better in place. And this way, now we already have the first side of our base. What we're going to do right now, we're going to take 5 pieces of any kind of branch. I use this one because it has a little bit of the yellow fall color, so I'm loving the yellow. And also you can use this band, it's a seasonal band. You can do it for the Christmas season, you can do it for the spring season, for Easter. You can do some Easter eggs inside of here. So the ideas are endless, just so take your time and make your own choice and your own decorations. I'm going to place this one on this armrest and this one on this. We are going to do a one, of course, in the middle. Very easy. And just stick it inside in your pieces of garland so it gives a nice steadiness. So in this, and we do one in the corners over here and in this corner over here, and just wiggle a little bit, or wiggle a little bit, and you have it inside. Now I have two pieces of this one. These are just kind of berries, green berries. I don't know, I like the colors because I am a neutral girl, so I like really the green colors. And do one on this side, and just again wiggle it in on this side, and I'm going to wiggle it in on this side and let it fall over. Now I have my berries, and I took the yellow and the red. You see, I have to show it to you a little bit better. Sorry, I was thinking this way. You see, this kind of, and I'm going to do a one in the middle on the back side over here, and I'm going to place a one over here like this, and I'm going to place one over here in this corner, and just bend it. Everything is wired, so you can very easily bend everything together. Now I'm going to take my favorite piece, and you see already this is the boxwood garland, and I'm going to rip off little bundles of 3. So again, take 3 pieces and place them inside of your display. I'm going to get again 3 pieces like this, and I'm going to get the little stems, turn it over, and I'm going to place them over here. And so I'm going to do it random at the place, and one of course in the middle. I'm going to squeeze it inside over here and make sure that the berries are coming out. And I am really loving always the boxwood. I don't know why, but I have a little thing with boxwood, and I'm going to place over here on this side, and the last one will be on the other side, on this side, so over here, and the berries a little higher. Now I get my little tag, and you can use the fall has arrived, but I think welcome to our home. And I'm going to get some sticky gum, and I'm going to stick it on top of here, and I am really happy how this is looking like. In a moment you see the quick impression.